Google is set to release earnings today, scheduled for 22nd July 2026 at the market close. And this is scheduled for around 4:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Now, but there is a problem that Wall Street is starting to punish negative free cash flow numbers that we are seeing. Now, there is an issue with hyperscalers whereby they have been expected to be doing well. However, when we look at what is happening, they are expected to be negative 50 to 100 of billions of dollars of free cash flow. But we are seeing that Alphabet's Q2 earnings 2026 are scheduled to be reported and are one of the most sequential earnings releases in recent memory. Not because the numbers are going to be growing so high, exceptionally high, but because Alphabet will report, and those numbers are going to be accompanying guidance that will signal about the future investment cycle. Now, the business is performing exceptionally well, and the revenue is growing 21%, and the cloud is also growing 65%. And as we see the Wall Street expectations for Q2, that analysts have set high benchmarks following a massive blowout performance in Q1 2026. However, there is a problem. Looking at the numbers, we see that the projection is quite what the analysts have been talking about. And as we see, the numbers are expected to be outstanding, and consensus estimates point to revenue of approximately $116.8 billion, or around 0.9 to 117 to 10 billion. And also we see that the earnings, the EPS is expected to be 2.87 to 2.989, representing approximately 25% jump year over year. So also we are expecting the growth to be around 63 to 65%, and as we see that Alphabet raised its capital expenditure guidance for 2026, a range of 175 to 185 billion, and in putting it in perspective, that's nearly doubling what the company was spending the prior year. And also we see that the company has beaten estimates earnings for 13 consecutive times. However, none of that may matter, as we see according to Wolf research analysts who wrote recently. They're talking about revenue and earnings were likely to not matter as much as the amount of capital spending completed in the quarter and in the guidance for the rest of the year. So we see that the expectations, they reiterated outperform rating and a 460 price target, and expecting a beat driven by resilient ad demand and cloud momentum. However, what Wolfe was able to talk about, that earnings may not matter, is something that we need to look at before we go into them. And that single statement kind of tells us that it's capturing an entire thing that Alphabet and its hyperscaler peers, that the market has fundamentally repriced how it values those companies. And so the old playbook, the beat on revenue, the rise of guidance, the stock going up may not work, actually may be a broken system. So the core problem is actually simple but severe. And we see that AI capital expenditure is growing faster than the revenue it generates. And so, as Alphabet has guided that for 180 to 190 billion in 2026 capex, we still see that this is up more than fivefold from the 32.3 billion in 2023. However, Q1 capex spiked 107% year over year, and also a figure that amounted to 1.8 times the entire Google Cloud revenue line. So for that quarter, so the free cash flow also fell 46.3% in Q1 to 10.1 billion as a result. So this is not an Alphabet problem, it's actually an industry problem. And the 5 major hyperscalers, that is Amazon, Microsoft, Alphabet, Meta, and Oracle, are all exposed to the same issue. They spend more combined on capital expenditures than they generate in free cash flow, which may continue up to 2027. So the current year consensus estimates for the 5 companies' capex has risen from about 85 billion in January to around 730 billion. And in July, we see that the Bank of America expects hyperscalers to expenditure to jump 87% this year, from 412 billion in 2025 to 769 billion in 2026. However, there is also a monetization problem, or the question, whereby we see that Alphabet has a structural advantage that rivals cannot actually easily replicate. And that one we see it in its custom tensor processing units, which allow it to run AI inference without paying NVIDIA and its GPU margins. And so we see that CEO Sundar Pichai disclosed on Q1 call that Gemini was processing 16 billion tokens per minute via direct API as of late April. So that throughput combined with the TPU cost structure gives Alphabet a differentiated path to margin recovery if cloud continues scaling. However, Google still is having a debt and equity financing problem, which is having heavy demands. And to be able to fund all this, hyperscalers are also increasingly turning to external capital markets, which is a shift towards massive debt and equity rises. And so Alphabet issued a $20 billion in debt since Q1 ended and announced a $84.75 billion gross equity rise. Yeah, so which includes the Berkshire Hathaway investment, giving the company a pro forma cash position of roughly $190 billion. So this creates a very dangerous loop, as we see that stocks decline as investors reprice for higher capital intensity, and also lower stock prices make equity rises more expensive or dilutive. And also more debt increases financial risk and interest expense. So the other thing to note is that the Magnificent Seven narrative has collapsed. So in recent months, we've been seeing groups that have become known as the Lag Seven, as investors have rotated away from companies with heavy capital expenditure towards businesses with stronger free cash flow. So the Magnificent Seven are underperforming as investors question whether massive AI spending will generate adequate returns. So with the $2.3 trillion raised in June, markets are shifting focus from AI hype to profitability, free cash flow, and monetization. And also we see that city strategists have also declared that the Mark 7 framework has had some issues with internal performance diverging significantly, and Microsoft and Meta are under pressure as markets reassess the return cycle and massive AI capital expenditure, while companies like Apple, with its most disciplined data center spending, has gained 23% year to date. Also, according to David Carter, has noted that Google is forming an inverse head and shoulders pattern, but it remains lackluster until the price clearly breaks above the $370 neckline. And a break above 370 would not only push the stock above its 50-day moving average, currently 368, but could also trigger a large rally. So what are your thoughts about this stock and the Google earnings, which are just coming? And let me know your thoughts in the comments section. Thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe.